new today.
I'll beat you.
The good, bad, and ugly sides of growing up in the Hollywood scene.
It's the new show exposing what really goes on with celebrity offspring.
There's a high price to pay.
From Rod Stewart's son
I've been to rehab about 8 or 9 times.
to Aaron Spelling's.
Temptation is everywhere out here.
Now find out why they're going face to face with Dr. Phil.
I got involved in drugs. Someone will have Vicodin on, and I'll just take it.
And you know that's absolutely wrong.
Addiction plays tricks on your mind.
I could see it in your eyes. I could see it in your face. I could see it in the things you say.
Plus, Randy Spelling's revelations on the death of his dad.
My whole world changed in a day.
Are you and your sister close?
And
What it was really like growing up in the Spelling mansion.
I gotta tell you, it was strange at first.
Coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go. In 10, 9.
If you're going to talk to me, you're going to have to be honest.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
Showtime. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Stand by, Harry. And rolling. Check in. Go, Dr. Phil.
Now, admit it, you have probably secretly wondered what it would be like to live like a celebrity. You know, think about it. Going to red carpet premieres, jet setting to exotic destinations, and having lots of money to do anything you wanted to do, right? Well, my guest today can tell you that having the world at your fingertips is sometimes a double-edged sword. Today we're talking about the price of privilege. Now, A&E's new reality series called Sons of Hollywood follows the lives of 3 young men: Randy Spelling, Aaron's son; Sean Stewart, Rod Stewart's boy; and their friend David Weintraub. Now, the show documents the struggles they face trying to make a name for themselves while they are living in the shadows of their famous fathers. Now, you'll see the good, bad, and ugly sides of having a famous name and growing up in the Hollywood scene. Take a look.
Born in the fame in Hollywood. Living the life of the in-crowd.
Sons of Hollywood is about the life of the next generation of Hollywood.
Dave Weintraub for Randy.
I'm Randy Spelling. I'm an actor.
He's the boy next door who just happens to be Aaron Spelling's son.
What up, baby?
Sean is a budding musician.
And I'm also the son of Rod Stewart.
And then there's David Weintraub, who is both of our managers and is one of our best friends.
We all 3 grew up together in LA in very similar worlds.
We move into a house together and we have our lives taped.
This is so sick! The city is ours.
We wanted to really show young Hollywood accurately. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Sean is a crazy man.
Oh, no! Come on!
Sean and Randy are very different, very reactionary, which you'll see a little bit in the show.
You want to go right now? No, I'll beat you.
Randy, he's like the good kid next door. I'm like the bad kid from down the block.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too.
Desmond Child wanted to offer Sean a record deal.
I've spent my career working with American icons, and right now Meatloaf and
Sean didn't love how the meeting went.
Good to meet you.
When we left the meeting, Sean was given a CD. Sean threw the CD in the street.
Sean, that's so.
No, I didn't want to carry it around anyway.
I am working to get these opportunities set up, and at the end of the day, he's got to do his end of the bargain.
Hey, what's up, Pops?
Hey, babe.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I decided to do the reality show because there's so much speculation about me and my family. I just wanted to give people an insight into who I really am.
Sean and Randy have a lot of misconceptions about their lives and who they are.
Being the son of a famous, it has its moment, it has its up and downs, you know what I mean? The ups is that we can get in the parties, we can get concert tickets, backstage passes, but the downside is a lot of people want to latch on to us and hang out with us because of our parents.
We're all dealing with our career, trying to really make a name for ourselves and really step out of our father's shadows and into our own.
This was a long road to get this show made and to really show young Hollywood. You see it through real dynamic characters who give you the insight into this world.
All right, please welcome Randy Spellings, Sean Stewart, and David Weintraub to the show. All right. So, first question. I've watched a lot of this, and it's very well done, by the way. I think people are going to get a real kick out of watching it. People say it's kind of the real-life Entourage, you know, that HBO series it's on. It's been compared to that. You guys say that, like, being famous is a double-edged sword, and that you get teased some, or you took some heat from being famous and having glamorous parents and stuff like that. Yeah. Is that true? I mean, is there a downside to it, you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, growing up, you know, going to school, and when people know who your family is and who your father is, you tend to get scrutinized and get teased, for sure. And especially professionally as well. You know, sometimes you really have to prove yourself because people are looking for you to fall. Yeah, because your dad's famous, your sister certainly was famous in terms of on air, and you're a singer, so your dad, that's big shoes to fill.
It's definitely big.
Yeah.
I'm a 9.5, it's trying to feel like a 13.
Yeah. All right, well, growing up as Rod Stewart's son clearly had its perks, which they talked about. There was also a high price to pay. In the new reality series, Sons of Hollywood, you'll see Sean's real-life struggle to stay sober when temptation is everywhere out here. Take a look.
When I was a young kid, I would go to my dad's concerts, and I'd look up and like see him on stage and be like, I want to be like him one day. And that was my dream. There's a lot of pressure. Can I really do this? Do I really have a good voice? It's a self-confidence thing.
Dad! Yes! I'm leaving! Fare thee well, oh prodigal son.
The hardest thing about growing up as Rod Stewart's son is knowing who your true friends are. A lot of people took advantage of me in my life because of who my dad is. When I was a little kid, I was kind of embarrassed of who my dad was. People used to come to me like, your dad's Rod Stewart. I'm like, no. He would drop me off in his little red Ferrari and like honk and go, Sean's here, everybody, just to embarrass me. Kids that grow up like the lifestyle we have, we go through a lot more stuff than most kids would do at our age. We're all around the party scene, then we start partying. The first time I ever drank was when I was 13 years old. I started smoking weed at 12 years old. First time I ever went to rehab, I was 20 years old. I've been to rehab about 8 or 9 times.
Sean's issues with addiction are a constant battle for him on a daily basis.
I need to make sure that I don't drink at all.
There is a relapse in the show.
Why are you drinking? He's not supposed to drink. Why? Because he's a recovering alcoholic.
He's very open about it in an uncanny way.
How are you feeling today, though? It's so hard.
Sometimes I want to be like, I see everyone else drinking, I want to be normal and like go out and drink with them, but I can't because it's like, I drink more than I should. It's rough. Dr. Phil, what do you recommend for me to do to stay sober going out in the Hollywood environment?
Is it that glamorous, fast lane party scene that everybody thinks about when they think about Hollywood and the red carpet world? It was for you, right?
When I was in high school, I started going to regular high school parties, doing like, you know, what high school kids do. And then around 17, 18, that's when I started getting into the club world and like the parties and all that stuff. And that's where I got involved in the drugs.
You've been in rehab 9 times, 8, 9 times?
Something like that. I almost lost count.
How long have you stayed sober when you came out? What's the longest after walking out the rehab door before you did something?
A year.
Okay.
I got a year once. And then I'd get 3 months, 2 months, relapse. It's, you know what it is? This addiction, when you have cancer or something like that, you know you have it. But addiction is something that's in your mind and plays tricks on your mind saying that you don't have it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, you know, hanging out one day, you know, and then suddenly I'll just, you know, someone will have Vicodin on me. I'm like, oh, you know, my leg hurts.
Yeah, really? You say that to yourself, don't you?
I say that to myself. I'm like, yeah, my leg actually really does hurt. And I'll just take it. It happens so quick.
Have you scared yourself yet?
Yeah, I have. I OD'd like 2 years ago.
How close did you come?
Very close. Like, I passed out. My face turned pale. My lips were like really blue. I was throwing up. And then it's after that, it's no more drugs for me.
Do you think that you have a part of your brain that tells you you're bulletproof? Does your mind tell you that'll happen to somebody else? That's what you read about in the paper?
I think in my mind, I was like, that's never gonna happen to me. But if it happened to them, it could happen to me really easily.
Yeah, but emotionally you don't think so,
Yeah,
but logically you know.
I think basically I'm running around a Superman cape all day thinking I'm like invincible.
Yeah, and you know at one level that's absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
Do you guys worry about him?
Yeah, of course.
Because you're kind of like the dorm mother here.
Yeah.
I mean, you worry about him a lot. I
worry about him a lot.
I watched enough of this. I could see it in your eyes. I could see it in your face, to the point of you worry about him sabotaging his own success, and you worry about his life. I can see it in the things you say.
I'll tell you, here's the thing with Sean. Work keeps him focused. So the more and more that he's working on his career, he can stay away from the partying, stay away from the alcohol, stay away from the drugs. So that's a big focus in his life right now. And I do worry about him. I don't want him to be stuck in that environment or stuck in this vicious cycle of addiction. And I think that the best way to do it is to keep progressing in his career, making music, doing the show, doing what he can do to...
But you don't have famous parents.
No, my father was a dentist. He passed away when I was 3 years old. My mom is a psychotherapist. So I sort of am the transplant, but I grew up in the entertainment business, working in it and growing up with kids.
And growing up with these guys as well. And you've busted your tail. You were interning at Interscope Records, which is like global world.
I was an A&R there.
At 15.
Yep.
How do you feel when you're out working as their agent manager, you get them a meeting with a legitimate guy that's saying, okay, let's do it. I want to do a deal, throws the demo tape in the bushes and walks off.
It's a little bit funny, and luckily Desmond is a cool guy and someone that we're able to do business with in the future. And, you know, I think that when he sees it, he'll be cool with it. And I can set up the meetings and control it as much as possible, but he's got to knock it out.
Yeah, and you are talented. You know that, right? You know you've got the pipes. You know you can do it if you don't get in your own way.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. He comes from one of the most glamorous families in Hollywood. Next, I'm going to talk to Randy about what it was really like growing up in the Spelling Mansion. I know you all want to know about that. We'll be right back.
While the Spelling Mansion was being built, the rumors that were flying around it, there's an ice skating rink, a roller coaster in it. People would come to me all the time and go, can we come bowling at your house? Can we go ice skating at your house? I mean, do you have like 100 pair of ice skates? And I'm like, no, we don't have an ice skating rink and 100 pair of ice skates. Like, we have 100 pair of bowling shoes.
Today we're talking about the ups and downs of growing up with wealth and power. Now, the stars of A&E's new reality series, Sons of Hollywood, Randy Spelling, Jon Stewart, and David Weintraub, say it's been a struggle to follow in the footsteps of their fathers. Randy is the son of legendary TV producer Aaron Spelling and brother of actress Tori Spelling. And last year, he suffered an incredible personal loss when his father passed away. Take a look.
Growing up as a Spelling was incredible. I grew up really privileged. There's also a flip side to growing up with a really famous father. Being teased was par for the course. Things like, well, you know, go home in your daddy's limo. And my sister was on Beverly Hills 90210, and having everyone ask what's going to happen next week on the show. While the Spelling Mansion was being built, the rumors that were flying around it, there's an ice skating rink and a roller coaster in it. People would come to me all the time and go, can we come bowling at your house? Can we go ice skating at your house? I mean, do you have like 100 pair of ice skates? And I'm like, no, we don't have an ice skating rink and 100 pair of ice skates. Like, we have 100 pair of bowling shoes. Sometimes you want to be a normal kid and you want to fit in. People think that my life is a revolving door of gifts being given and red carpets being rolled out. Yeah, there is a little bit of that, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but that's just not reality of life. I don't walk around with people picking up after me. When I go to my mom's house, I'm scared to ask anyone for anything. Following in my dad's footsteps is something that I have always wanted to do. There was a time in my life where I felt not good enough. Those are huge shoes to fill.
They don't really like making the arrangements.
It was 5 weeks after we started taping that my father passed away. My whole world changed in a matter of a day.
I mean, this is like my pops, man.
Losing my father while we were shooting the show was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through, to say the least.
I'll be all right. I called Tori. I'm like, Tori, I'm like, honestly, she needs to be there with him right now. Like, she needs to go over. It's been over a year. She needs to go over and give him a hug before it's too late.
Because I was upset about my dad, I went down to the tattoo parlor and got his initials on my arm. I was thinking, wow, this is something that I can have forever.
You're the man. Thank you for that. I like it.
My dad hated tattoos. Before he passed away, I got a chance to show him, and he smiled and shook his head. I'll always remember that.
I just can't imagine being in the middle of what you were in the middle of when this happened. Did you have a chance to step to the side and grieve, or did you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other?
I had to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And it was hard because, you know, I wanted to be really professional and continue on with the show, because that is work. But on the other hand, there's something about it that does help you, because you're not sitting there 24 hours a day focused on what actually happened.
Yeah, it gave you something to take your mind off of the pain and the loss that was there.
Yeah.
Are you and your sister close?
We are close. We've been close, you know, on and off throughout our whole lives, and it's just normal brother and sister banter.
Yeah. Were you able to be there for each other during this time? Because I know you were in different positions with your relationship to your father.
It was tough. It was very tough, because she was back and forth to Canada, and I was filming the show. So we tried to keep communication as best we could.
Would you say you had an achievement-oriented family?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. To say the least.
Yeah. And, you know, I didn't know your dad well, but I did meet him, and we did talk, and he has a real easy way about him. Yeah. But you can tell talking to him, his mind's always working.
Oh, I mean, it was always
going.
It would drive me crazy, because you can't really get away with anything with your own father, because his mind was just, you know, continually going. And but he really exemplified being a gentle man. I mean, just, you know, from his manners to everything, he was really a gentle human being.
So what was it like growing up in that family? What was it like growing up in that house? I mean, that may be the biggest house in Hollywood, or certainly in this area. I mean, what was it really like? Because you say you're kind of like a lot of other kids, but I'm thinking I didn't have a bowling alley growing up in my house. I mean, certainly
Wait,
not a nice
that's not normal?
No.
I don't know. Growing up in that house, the word claustrophobic comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know,
how big was that house?
They say it's 56,000 square feet. If you want, you can come in and check. I just don't have the time to do it.
Yeah. Well, see, to me, I think it's ridiculous. If you can't get by in 46,000 feet, you're just not trying. I mean,
you know, the one thing about it is I do feel blessed, and do not take it for granted where I come from and the family that I was born into. And yeah, it was cool to be, you know, 14, 15 and have a couple girls over and say, hey, you want to go bowling downstairs? Let's go hang out.
Yeah, it's a little easier to get a date, isn't it? When you can say, I mean, just even the curiosity factor.
My parents told me it's because I was cute.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Did you have a doll museum in there? Not you.
Yes,
but
we did. My mom collects Madame Alexander dolls, so she has just tons of, you know, Pocahontas dolls and these fantasy dolls. And I must say that, you know, when we were moving into the house, you know, at 10, 11 at night, she's a night owl, she would want help putting the dolls away. And I gotta tell you, being 13 and putting these freaky looking dolls with the light shining away, I mean, it lends itself to a horror movie. And
then you
I had
gotta
to
go to
excuse
bed
myself.
after that, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was strange at first, but My mom did an incredible job decorating it, and it just feels like a warm house.
All right, look, The Sons of Hollywood airs on A&E channel every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And I'm telling you, you're going to find this intriguing. You are going to absolutely find it intriguing. Now, coming up, you're going to meet a woman who says she would do anything to trade lifestyles with these guys, to be a celebrity. She orders strangers around, throws fits to get what she wants, spends money she doesn't have, all because she thinks it's how celebrities behave. We'll be right back.
If I was a spelling, my life would be so much more at ease. I'd be in the limelight all the time. I would sleep in, get up, go to Starbucks, go shopping, sit by the pool, be on Rodeo Drive all day long. I would sacrifice anything to be famous.
We're talking today about the price of privilege and how all that glitters isn't necessarily gold. Now, I'm not saying there aren't upsides, because there surely are. Now, I have a feeling my next guest, Tiffany, might disagree with me that there's any kind of downside at all. She says that there would be nothing better than to be rich and envied like the Spelling family. Now, her sister-in-law, Kelly, and her brother, Joel, say they are just so sick of Tiffany's narcissistic ways and thinks that she needs just a huge dose of reality and a side of humble pie. Now, Tiffany fully admits that she's obsessed with being in the spotlight. In fact, she thinks that I should have made this whole show all about her. I mean, she's saying all about her. Forget the Sons of Hollywood, forget A&E, forget these guys. Should have been about the princess. Take a look.
If I could trade my life with any celebrity, I wouldn't a heartbeat. Paris Hilton, Cameron Diaz, Tori Spelling, anybody.
My sister-in-law, Tiffany, is living in a fantasy world of the celebrities.
My sister Tiffany will try to dress like a celebrity, drive with a car of a celebrity, mimic the behavior of a celebrity.
I have a jet-setting lifestyle, just like a celebrity.
I think Tiffany does try really hard to live like a celebrity. She's high maintenance, want everything her way, wants to be waited on hand and foot.
My boyfriend caters to my every need. He'll drop me off and pick me up at work. We've kind of labeled that princess parking. I'm a princess. I'll introduce myself as Tiffany, but you can call me Princess.
She orders people around.
I became a flight attendant in hopes that it would help open doors for my modeling career. I admit I kind of prance in the aisle a little bit. Do the safety demo on the airplane totally excites me because everybody's paying attention to me. It's kind of a little rushed inside. I'm still hoping for my big break. I would sacrifice anything to be famous. If my name was a household name, it would totally just light me up inside.
Okay, so Princess or Tiffany?
Princess.
Princess, okay. So why should you be famous?
I've been modeling since I was 12. It is a passion of mine. I absolutely love to be in front of the camera. I feel like if I give up my dream, a part of me inside will die.
Yeah.
I've worked so hard for so long. All I want is a chance. If I could choose fame or money, I would choose the fame. I would rather be famous and make nothing. I just love to be in front of the camera. I love all eyes on me. Like, I'm totally excited right now.
So this should be, well, it sounds like a personal issue. But, so you would love to be a Spelling, right?
Oh, yeah, I would love to.
So he said his mom told him it's because he was cute. Do you think he's cute? Maybe you could hook up here. I mean, I don't know. This is driving you crazy, right?
Yep. I'm kind of thinking she'd be great in Hollywood, but from our small town that we live in, it's not what people are used to.
But you got to do something.
I do have a job. I have a career.
No, I know you have a job. In fact, you say you love the attention even when you're a flight attendant, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You love the attention even when you're, what do you do?
When I serve Pepsi and pick up trash.
No, I mean, but don't you get up and get to give
When we do the safety demo, we point out the exits.
How do you do that?
They're in there.
Okay, I can do that.
I love it. I just absolutely love it.
All right, is there a downside? I mean, do you get up every day about 10:30, go to Starbucks, work out a little bit, and lay by the pool?
Of course.
Yeah. You're not helping, Randy. I thought you were an actor.
No, I mean, that's right, okay.
Give me some cover, buddy.
You know, no, not at all.
No, the fact is you really do work hard.
No, I work very hard. And the thing is what, you said about you want to be famous. In terms of acting, I guess I could just speak for myself, but it's kind of like the right reasons and the wrong reasons, and to get into acting is something that you love, not just to be famous, to be seen by everyone.
Yeah, but you said you don't need to act. You'd be happy to be famous doing nothing like Paris.
If I had a choice, like if someone said you can keep being a flight attendant or you can just be famous for nothing, of course I'd be famous for nothing. I mean, who wouldn't?
All right, next, Tiffany says she leads a jet-setting lifestyle and admits she loves to go out with her girlfriends to get free drinks. But Kelly says Tiffany's partying often goes beyond a good time. We'll talk about that when we come back.
I'm always the center of attention.
She'll whine until she gets what she wants.
It's more a little game. It's me trying to act prissy, and then people get it for me.
Tiffany will find somebody to do what she wants them to do no matter what.
And I do push the envelope just to see, okay, will they give me what I want? And they usually do.
We're talking about what happens when regular people become obsessed with living a celebrity life. Now, aspiring model Tiffany, or Princess as she prefers to be called, is obsessed with becoming a celebrity because she believes stars just have it all. You say you will be out and you'll just ask strangers to get you coffee, food, hold your umbrella, just to see if they'll do it, and they do.
Yes, at work. It's mainly at work, on the airplane. I get on, I'll say, hi, I'm Tiffany, introduce myself to the captain, but you can call me Princess, and they actually do. So it's kind of like a little game in my head now, like, okay, how far can I push this? Let me see if they can, what they really will do for me.
Do you ever wonder what they call you when you're not standing there?
I don't even care.
Do you wonder if you walk away, do you ever hear things behind you like... do you think that they resent that?
I don't wonder that because I don't believe there's anything wrong with the way I act because I'm not manipulating people, I'm not using people, I'm not doing it out of malice. I honestly don't believe I'm better than anybody else.
Joel, this is your brother. What do you think?
I think she finds anybody who will do things for her. She loves the attention. She loves when somebody will hold an umbrella for her, or if she can get you to drive her someplace and drop her off the door, she's going to take the advantage. She's going to take advantage of it anytime she can.
Well, let's ask the sons of Hollywood. Do you guys all have people that run around and take care of everything for you?
No.
Or do you drive yourselves?
Yes.
Yes.
You do?
I drive myself.
Umbrellas.
Yeah. Okay, well, one last question, and then we're going to move on because the show isn't all about Princess.
Okay.
Do you have a strategy for getting famous?
I became a flight attendant with hopes it would help me to get my foot in the door, being able to travel around whenever I want, wherever I want. But
I mean, do you like audition for things? Do you have headshots out there? Are there things you're doing? Or do you just want to be famous first and then you'll start being
No, I'm totally willing to work. I mean, I've been working for 20 years for this, so I'm totally willing to put the legwork into it.
But are you doing it?
I am right now, not to the extent I need to be because of where I live and the market.
Well, then move. If you want to be in Hollywood, move to Hollywood.
I know. It's a lot easier said than
Deadhead wherever
done.
they got you based. I mean, do whatever you do.
I'm trying to do everything I can.
Okay.
I really am.
All right, coming up, he stays up all night, sleeps all day, and admits when he's not making music, he just loves to party. Now, his parents say that their wannabe rock star son is living a life that's already landed him in the hospital, but he says that he's got it all under control. Don't worry. Talk to him when we come back.
My son Joe lives in the fast lane by staying up all night and sleeping all day.
He's a party animal.
He still lives at home, and we pretty much take care of everything for him.
When he's drunk,
He's out of control. When Joel fell off the balcony, we nearly lost him.
Okay, we've been talking about ups and downs of leading a privileged life. Now, Daryl and Esther aren't rock stars. They're just regular people. But even so, they say their son Joel leads a pretty privileged life by most standards. He stays up all night, sleeps in late, doesn't even have to pay rent. That he's already landed himself in the intensive care unit and in jail. Take a look.
My son Joe likes to live like a rock star. He still lives at home, and we pretty much take care of everything for him.
My main thing is I want to get into music, and I like to be some music producer.
Joe lives in the fast lane by staying up all night and sleeping all day. I definitely believe Joe has a drinking problem.
Some days I'll have 1 or 2 beers, other days 8 to 12. I smoke pot, crystal meth, mushrooms, acid, ecstasy. I think that's as much as I can remember. Oh yeah, coke.
Joel has had 2 DUIs.
He spent 6 weeks in jail. It was over Mother's Day.
We have paid his court fees. We buy his clothes. We buy food for him. Asher always does his laundry. He's well provided for.
One Thanksgiving morning, I was very, very drunk, and I had a tragic accident, and I fell off my 2.5-story balcony.
I went out, looked out there, and then I saw him laying on the ground.
I've broken my back, broke my femur in 3 places, broke 3 ribs in 4 different places.
When Joel fell off the balcony, that was a wake-up call.
I tried to quit drinking, it doesn't always last.
I should have kicked him out a long time ago. If I had done that from the very beginning, he would have had more respect for me. I dropped the ball.
You say that you're afraid that he's on the path to becoming an alcoholic.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you agree? You think he's on the path to becoming an alcoholic?
I think so.
Okay, Sean, you can help me out here in a minute. You got so drunk that you fell off the balcony and almost killed yourself, right?
Yeah, that's correct. A little something I shouldn't have done in the first place, but people make mistakes.
Yeah, okay, broke your femur, punctured your lung. You've had 2 DUIs in the last 2 years?
Last 2-3 years, yeah.
You were drunk?
I honestly didn't. I wasn't even buzzed, to tell you the truth. I didn't feel it. I didn't even feel buzzed.
Right, but you did have a suspended license.
Yeah, I didn't even know I had a suspended license at that time.
Okay, seems tuned in to me. This is what you call on the path. Yes. He's almost killed himself from drinking. He's got 2 DUIs, 1 a year for the last couple of years. He's smoking dope at home, which is against the house rules, right?
Absolutely.
Against the house rules. And, but you think you got it under control now?
Now I have a lot, like, in control. Before, I mean, it was erratic.
Weren't you drunk last Saturday?
I was not drunk last Saturday, no.
Dad?
That's... I just know what I saw, and we've talked about that.
You what?
My dad likes to, he sees things on his own. I don't know, I think he's on stuff sometimes with you. But,
yeah, no, he's probably not seeing things clearly like yourself. And you say that it's your position that the reason that you're having this trouble is, quote, the cops just don't like me.
They don't,
They
no.
stop
No,
me
not.
all the time.
Of course, I get stopped for no reason. I'll just be walking down the street, they'll stop me. They'll be like, you gotta be careful, you have that face, you have that look, just be careful. And I'll get in trouble for stuff I didn't even do. There'll be like a big fight, I wouldn't be a part of it, and I'll get myself arrested back for a cop car for something I didn't even do, I wasn't even involved with it, just because they told me the way I look. It's retarded, it's stupid, it's dumb.
Maybe it's just a conspiracy to get you.
And me and my other friends, I've, like some friends, and even the viewers at home, I mean, some people, I mean...
Sean, you've been in rehab 8 or 9 times. You believe in all this?
I think he's a full-blown alcoholic.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. There ain't nothing about being on the path here, but anyway, look, so what do you do about this situation? He doesn't see it. I'm not sure that Daryl and Esther agree with Sean and me. Now, how bad is this for your rock star image? You're agreeing with Dr. Phil. All right, I'm going to tell them what I think is important for them to do to save this guy's life when we come back.
was an incident just this last Saturday. Joel was coming out of his bedroom, and he fell. He had had too much to drink.
I don't think I have a drinking problem. Of course, my parents do.
He'll tell us things that he wants us to hear, and then he'll go back to the same behavior. I started establishing some rules because of his lifestyle needs to change for his own sake.
We have put curfews on him during the week and on the weekends.
The system already breathing down my neck. I don't need my parents to be breathing down my neck as well.
We have house rules, but I don't think that Joe thinks he needs to follow them.
Well, we're talking about leading a life of privilege and what can happen when you give your kids too much freedom, too much leeway, too many excuses, too many do-overs. Daryl and Esther fear that they've created a monster with their son Joel, who they say could be on the path to a serious drinking problem. Now, Joel says they're worrying for nothing. So why do y'all have rules if you're not going to enforce them?
Well, that's where I dropped the ball. I should have had that loving firmness from the very beginning, and I just caved in. I just didn't do it.
This guy, in my opinion, is an alcoholic. I think you are addicted to drugs. I think you are addicted to alcohol. I think that's a psychological addiction. I think it's a physiological addiction. And he's already almost killed himself. And you say, Esther, that you would like to be stronger, but he makes that cute face and you just melt.
Yeah, I know I'm doing wrong. As a mother, you know, I want to encourage him, and I don't know what the balance is, because
What balance point are you confused about?
Well, I don't know. I want to protect him, but I know he's an adult, and I'm hindering him from being responsible and becoming an adult.
Okay, do you know why you're doing that? Would you like to know why you're doing that?
Why?
You're doing it for you. You're not doing it for him. You're doing it for you because you don't want to feel the guilt. You don't want to feel the challenge of having to lay down the law and tell this boy no. Right. Okay, so what happens is he makes that cute face and you melt. I wonder if the people he kills driving drunk, when his family is at the graveside, I wonder if you could just stop by and make that cute face for them. Reckon that would heal the problem for them? I mean, come on, you paid his fine so he wouldn't have to go to jail? That's exactly where he needs to be, is in jail. That gives him, seriously, I'm not trying to be tough, I'm just trying to tell you the truth. He needed to go to jail. He did things to put himself in jail. He didn't meet his obligations to then stay out of jail. He was allowed to make the bad decision before. He didn't respect the court enough to pay fees and do the things that he needed to do. He violated their orders driving without a driver's license again. Is still drinking, is still drugging, and is still out there, and he could kill me, you, any of you out there because y'all don't want to hurt his feelings. What you're doing is undermining him. The necessity is a mother of invention. If he doesn't have to do better, you're not going to do better. Look, and I'm not even upset with you about this that much because I think you have so little insight, you don't have a clue where you are.
I understand where I'm at right now. I mean, I understand that where I'm at right now.
Do you have a drinking problem?
I did. I honestly do not think I have a drinking problem.
Then you don't know where you are right now. So I'm just telling you my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. But I'm telling you what you're not telling. You think you are afraid he may be on the path to be an alcoholic. He is a full-blown alcoholic and drug-addicted individual. He's going to kill himself and somebody else if you don't shape up. And you guys are allowing him to do it. You are enabling him. You are empowering him to do this. And you need to stop. And if it comes time for him to go to jail, hand him a toothbrush and let him go. And you need to know they're not going to bail you out again. We'll be right back. I want to thank my guests for being here today. You and I have a different view. I think you're in trouble. If I get you some help, will you take it?
No,
I mean, really.
I'd like to prove you that I can do it.
All right, well, we'll give you that opportunity, and either we will or we won't. All right? Look, Sons of Hollywood premiered on A&E on April 1st, and you can catch it every Sunday night, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. I think you're going to really find it interesting and entertaining. It may change some of your views about behind the scenes in Hollywood. So thanks again to Randy, Sean, and David for being here today. I appreciate it, guys. So thanks for being here. So long.
The son of Aaron Spelling reveals what it's really like growing up in Hollywood. An all-new Tyra starts now.
Today, my guests are celebrities who have all struggled with the pressures of fame. In a minute, we'll meet the late producer Aaron Spelling's son, Randy, and the Son of Rock star, Rod Stewart. They're the stars of a new reality show called Sons of Hollywood that exposes the drama and problems that come as a result of being born into a famous family.
And later, Rod Stewart's son, Sean, and Aaron Spelling's son, Randy. One's battling addiction.
No! No!
They are both battling each other.
You want to go right now? No, beat
Coming up, young, rich, and privileged. Hollywood sons Randy Spelling and Sean Stewart party hard.
You want to fight me? I'm not going to fight you, but you know me.
And pay the price of fame.
Randy Spelling, are you serious? Are you rich? No, are you serious? You got that notorious fall out with her mother? Her mother doesn't like her anymore? Today we're meeting celebrities who have fought struggles with their own personal demons and won. My next guests all grew up in the fast-paced world of the Hollywood elite. And their new reality series offers a glimpse into a world where everyone knows your name, but no one really knows who you truly are. They are the Sons of Hollywood.
Randy Spelling and Sean Stewart are the heirs to two of Hollywood's most powerful dynasties. Randy's father, the late Aaron Spelling, was a legendary TV producer and dad to Tori Spelling. And Sean's father is none other than music superstar Rod Stewart. With their buddy and manager, David Weintraub, calling the shots, they struggle to take on the entertainment business by day.
I really need a break.
And LA's elite club scene by night. On A&E's new reality show, Sons of Hollywood.
Now, here are the Sons of Hollywood, Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, and David Weintraub.
Wow.
It's so many girls, so we love it when so many cute boys drop by, don't we? Yeah. We like the cute boys. And Randy, we know you. I mean, you know, the son of Mr. Aaron Spelling, and growing up under that huge house and that dynasty, and what was it like growing up under that watchful eye and having that name? Because that name in Hollywood, I mean, in America, you get the restaurant, you get, you know, maybe the chicks.
Well,
I don't know.
It's kind of like growing up in a little shack, you know, just
a little 135-room shack.
Is
How
it
many
135? I don't know. I still don't know to this day.
Have you been in all of the rooms in the house?
I think I have. You know, when I was 13, I'd go and play hide and seek, wouldn't we? We'd all go and
Try and play
go
hide
to all
and
the
seek.
different rooms, and whoever found who, you know,
Yeah.
wound up with the prize.
So you guys, okay, you did this reality show. Did it take you a lot of convincing to do this? Because people are already looking at you constantly, analyzing your family. Did it take you a lot to do the show?
It did. I'm actually a fairly private person. I know it doesn't look it because I did a show, but,
Yeah.
you know, bringing in family elements and private life, I wanted to stay away from it, but of course, coaxing from my great manager over there got me to do it after a while.
Got you to do it. What about you, Sean? You're in the music business. Your dad is Rod Stewart. We all love Rod Stewart, right?
Yeah.
And your dad's a music legend. I know you're breaking into the music world. Is it harder or is it easier because your dad is Rod Stewart?
It's probably harder because a lot of people are going to think that I have to live up to his expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I mean, a lot of actually the music's different these days because I do more of like the pop rock, he's more rock and roll, you know?
Yes. And your stepmom was a supermodel.
Yes.
I used to work with her.
Which one?
Ooh. Wait, how many? Rachel Hunter.
Yes.
Who else?
And now there's this Penny Lancaster,
Okay.
who is a model also.
And how old is she?
32, I think.
Wow, so she's young.
Yes.
And how old's your dad?
61.
These age
So how does it feel? How does it feel having like a stepmom that's like hot?
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right. And David,
Yes.
Mr. Power Manager, like a real manager, not a reality television show manager. I mean, you're a real manager.
I was an agent for a number of years, and I transitioned into the management business. And you know, we set up this show for us all to kind of show our lives and our careers and an insight into young Hollywood.
Yes.
So.
But you're very together now, and you have on your suit and stuff. Do you ever get wild and crazy with these guys on the show?
Yeah, you're gonna get to see it all. So you know, you get to see the business by day and the nightlife and the playing by night.
Yeah,
so.
well, I know you guys have some crazy fans, and when you're on a reality show, virtually every moment of your life is taped, including some very interesting spelling fan encounters. Check her out. She's crazy. Check her out.
In Sons of Hollywood, an energetic fan reminds Randy Spelling how famous his family actually is.
This is my man Randy Spelling. Say hello.
Randy Spelling, are you serious? Are you Randy? No, are you serious? Oh, I've seen you. Honest to God, poor Tori's had a fallout with her father. She's got that notorious fallout with her mother. Her mother doesn't like her anymore. Tori. She's like, I don't choose the family that I have. Erin's 83. Is she cut out of the will? Oh my gosh, that's what we want to know.
Honey, you are really, you know way TV guy.
He's Aaron Spelling's son. Oh.
How do you know that he's 83?
Because it's on TV.
I mean, you know the whole story, it seems.
I do.
So that fan is, she's just a little microcosm of like what the whole world is, and everybody knowing your business, and everybody's into the feuds. Like I get into a fight with my mom, and we get into fights. But nobody sees that. They see me on the show with my mom. Hey, Mama, teach us how to make gumbo. Yay! We were just fighting like cats and dogs last night, but nobody knows. But with your family, it's different. It gets public. What does that feel like?
It sucks. I mean, it's really, it's not fun, especially when, you know, that clip actually was the day before my dad passed away.
Oh, it was.
And so it's like all fun and games, and then, you know, serious stuff happens. And yeah, I mean, even when stuff goes on privately and that airs out in magazines and news shows and stuff, you have to, the weird thing is having to answer to people on the street that come up and think that they know exactly what's going on.
Do you sometimes feel like you're not a human, like they treat you like you're not a human being, both of you guys? Do you feel like that?
I don't necessarily feel like that. I mean, people are nice. They're not rude about it. It's just, you know, those times, I'm sure you get up out of bed and like, you know, you're just like, you know, you just brush your teeth and you're going out, like grabbing your coffee, and someone's like, oh my God, your sis did this and blah, 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 and how's the little baby that she had? And you're like, good morning. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, sometimes it's a little much.
Well, you are an uncle now. How is it like being an uncle?
The name alone is weird. Uncle Randy, yeah.
Uncle Randy. That actually sounds really nice.
I feel, oh, all right, Uncle Randy.
Uncle Randy.
It's great. I mean, he's just a beautiful little baby boy, and it's definitely a surreal moment, you know, to look at this little, you know, I learned the word swaddled.
He's
It's when they
swaddled
get
in cloth.
wrapped up, and
Yes.
it literally, you can hold it like a little burrito.
Yes.
It's like a gift from Taco Bell, but living. You know, it's pretty crazy.
And I'm sure you miss your dad. You miss your dad. What's the most
Every
thing? What's
day.
the thing you miss the most about your dad?
You know, my dad was a really gentle person. I mean, the true, you know, meaning of the word gentleman. And I just miss calling him at night and, you know, checking to see how he's doing. And him just going, hi, babe. He had a really raspy voice.
Is that what he said?
and
Hi, babe.
Always called everyone babe. You know,
Okay.
you talk to Dave and be like, hey, lover, how you doing?
Well, we have a clip from the show that captured a very personal moment. Here it is.
During the filming of Sons of Hollywood, Randy finds out that his father, Aaron Spelling, is close to passing on after suffering a stroke.
I mean, this is like my pops, man. It might be days, it might be still like 5 months, like you don't know. I called Tori, I called Dean. What did he say? You should really. What did he say? You spoke now? Yeah, he was totally cold. But I'm like, Tori, I'm like, honestly, she needs to be there with him right now. Like, she needs to go over, been over a year. She needs to go over and give him a hug before it's too late. I don't want that to happen. We'll be all right.
My dad, he's 83 years old, and the man's just had an amazing life, and he's just such an incredible influence and mentor in my life.
Is that hard to watch? I mean, because you had to experience him having a stroke, you had to experience him passing away, and then to have it on tape, you have to live it all over again.
It is. It's incredibly hard, you know, and having to relive something that is just so amazingly difficult to live through the first time. You know, it's difficult. And knowing that everyone gets a chance to see that too, it's like, wow, you know, I remember doing it and having a camera there and just thinking, oh my God, am I laughing too much? Am I crying too much? What, you know, and you get trapped inside your head, and it's hard to deal with.
How would you like everyone to remember your father besides him being this multi-mogul of television? What about him, the person?
You know, the sweetest, most caring guy ever, you know, really sensitive and soft and sweet, and he loved interacting with his fans and everyone. He did TV for the love of entertaining people, truly.
You know what's funny is I had a home that had a view of your home years ago, and I would see your fireworks and your parties, and I go, it's the Spellings down there having a party.
That's the Playboy Mansion, damn it.
No,
we
that's
never
you
had
guys.
fireworks.
You guys did have fireworks.
No, we did not have
yes,
fireworks.
Yes, you had fireworks. This last July, you had fireworks. No. Yes, you did. I saw
Did we
it.
have fireworks?
Yes.
Might have. No way
It's
we
on the
did
other
not
side
have
of the house.
fireworks.
You swear you did.
This last 4th of July?
Yes.
You were in Malibu.
I was at the beach.
No, but wasn't there fireworks at your house?
No.
So was that was the Playboy Mansion?
Yeah.
Is it really close?
Very close. Yeah.
All these years I've been looking at the Playboy Mansion thinking it's a Spelling Mansion.
I get mistaken for Hefner all the time. I'm sorry. What can I
That's
say?
crazy. We'll be right back with more Sons of Hollywood. I can't believe that. In a minute, they're from famous families. Randy and Sean share explosive moments of their privileged lives caught on tape.
Just like I beat your gay little mama's boy ass. Okay?
Oh, are you serious?
I'll beat your mama's boy ass.
On with the stars of the A&E reality series Sons of Hollywood, Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, and David Weintraub. And we all fight with our friends from time to time, but for the most people, those fights don't end up on television like the one that took place between Sean and Randy. So you guys love each other, but then there's like the beef too as well.
You know, I think it's one of those things when you spend so much time together and you're playing together, working together, and we were living together over the summer, you just get on each other's nerves. I mean, being a model, I'm sure you know about that, what that's like, right?
Well, Top Model, yeah.
I watch Top Model. I see what that's like.
Boys
can
get
catty,
too. Yes. Boys get catty, too. Check out Sean in this fight. It just comes out of nowhere. It's really weird. It's just like rage. Check it out. Things get heated between buddies Sean Stewart and Randy Spelling during the filming of Sons of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, see those reflexes. That's a third time, and you still can't hit me. Stop.
This isn't a circus.
I just gotta tell you though,
I'm a
Sean.
pretzel.
Third time, still nothing.
No.
Fourth time.
No, to get him to beat your ass. Stop it.
You want to go right now?
No.
I'll beat your ass.
Sean, they're kidding. Sean.
What's wrong with you, dude? Boy, bitch.
Sean.
How you like a bitch? Just like I beat your gay little mama's boy ass. Okay?
Oh, are you serious?
I'll beat your mama's boy ass.
All right, whatever.
No, boys.
I've been practicing my sleeves
That was
rolled
just
up.
another dinner. I mean, that's just a normal
I've
night.
been practicing my karate after that. I know karate now.
Clear it up now. Tell what really happened.
Because it was like
Come on.
Mama's Boy Bitch. That's hardcore.
I was doing a little gambling, and, you know, we were living together, so it was like kind of like building up between us. And I have a thing where everything has to be clean. And Randy's friends would always come over and cook like these big chicken dinners and like leave guacamole everywhere. And it was just like getting me like very annoyed.
And the fact that he lost $4,000 right
No,
before
it's
that.
basically because it smelled so bad. I felt like I was living at KFC.
Yeah, but we were in Vegas.
But still, the anger built up.
It's coming back.
Yes, it's coming.
Ding, go.
Show him those guns. Come
Work
on,
it
show him
out.
what you got, you know?
You don't want me to pull out my guns, baby. The beach is that way. No.
So, David, you're the friend, but I saw you going, come on, guys, guys, break it up. So does it go from friend to manager?
It's friend to manager, but you got to understand, like, we have a really tight bond between all of us, but sometimes I got to step in the middle of everything, but more so on the business side. You know, this was a friendship thing that was going on there, but at the same time, I don't want my friends to fight, and at the end of the day, we're all there for each other, so... You know,
Dave, don't lie. You wanted us to fight. You wanted to make good TV.
I don't want to, you know, all right, you know, we wanted good ratings. No, but I don't want my boys
It's more
to
like
fight.
bickering, too, you know? I mean, when you spend that much time together, it's just like, you know, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that, bye, whatever. I mean, it's just...
Are you a mama's boy? He called you mama's boy, bitch.
I wouldn't say I'm a mama's boy. I'm close with my mom. You're close with your mom.
The funny thing is, I'm more of a mama's boy than he is.
Really?
We're all really close
It was
to our mom.
projecting.
You guys are all mama's boys. All right, well, we have to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have more with the Sons of Hollywood. With the, what is it, the mama bitch? What is it? Cry baby?
Mama's boy bitch.
With the mama's boy bitches. We'll be right back. Still with the stars of the new reality series, Sons of Hollywood, Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, and David Weintraub. So, Sean, I want to talk to you because I know that as a kid you had some learning disabilities and you were teased for that. What disabilities did you have?
I had every learning disability that you can name of, I had it.
Really?
I, struggled with reading. I
Yeah.
was like, my school was like cross street, and the normal school was not where my school was at.
Got it. How did that feel going to a different school? That
Made me feel really special. No, I liked it a lot better.
Yeah?
Because while those kids were in the school from 9 to 3, I was in school from 8:30 to 12.
Oh, it's shorter. And what'd you do after? You got in trouble, didn't you?
A lot of trouble.
A lot of trouble. So maybe
Yes.
you needed to be in school until 3.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Tell us the trouble that you got into.
Well, a lot of my trouble didn't actually start, I would start smoking marijuana. I was a young kid and drinking a little bit.
How old when you had your first marijuana?
How old were you?
I never had.
Ooh.
Never tasted it? Never tried it?
I was 13.
13 years old?
Yes.
Okay. And then that was the gateway drug. It led to other things?
Yes. Well, I didn't get into drugs until I was 19 and a half.
Okay. And how was that?
If I could take it all back, I would definitely go down a different path in my life.
And you went through rehabilitation?
Yes.
And how was that, going through rehab?
It was hard.
It was hard.
It was really hard, but I'm actually glad that I did it because I think everybody goes and makes mistakes in their life,
Yes,
but they
most
learn from their
definitely.
mistakes.
Well, once again, the cameras were there to witness a very real moment, and this moment is Sean kind of relapsing a little bit. Check it out.
On the new reality show, Sons of Hollywood, Sean Stewart relapses back into his old habits.
No! No!
The problem with Sean's drinking is that Sean doesn't sit at home and want to drink beers all day. That's not the problem. The problem is when he goes out at night, everybody in his surroundings is doing drugs or drinking, and that tends to influence on Sean.
Relax, too late. Beer. You wanna fight me?
I'm not gonna fight you, but
I'll give you a beer. Sean, give me a beer.
Why so forceful with the relapse? I mean, it was very hardcore. It was give me alcohol and really strong and chugging, chugging, chugging.
I think I was going through a lot, and I just wanted to medicate my feelings and, not have to feel. A lot of the stuff was music and fear. Can I really do this? Can I really do this? So, I'm an addict, so a lot of addicts, what they do is they escape.
Go medicate.
Yeah.
Are you sober now?
Yes, I am.
Good. How long?
A while. About 10 minutes now. No, I'm just joking.
And what's up with you getting naked on the show?
I'm out of control, and I just get a little naked sometimes.
He's like a caged animal. You can't control him.
Almost every episode.
God, I have a great butt.
You have a great butt?
Yes.
Can I feel it? Can you stand up?
Yes.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, baby.
Wait, what about?
Oh, drop it like it's hot. Yeah. David?
Mine, I'm that side.
Yeah! All right, be sure to check out Sons of Hollywood. It premieres on A&E Sunday night, April 1st at 10 p.m. I can't believe you guys all let me feel your booty. That's absolutely fantastic.
Who's got the nicest butt?
We'll be right back. I want to thank my guests today, Miss USA, Tara Connor, and stars of Sons of Hollywood, Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, and David Weintraub. And I wish them all the best. I know they've all been through a lot, and I do wish them all the best. And if you'd like more information about today's show, you got to go to tyrashow.com. We've got the cutest website and all the daytime shows. It's so cute and it's better than all the other ones. So y'all got to go there, all right? See you later. Bye.
Falling out. I'm sorry, I'm just going to deal with that later. If you've ever wondered what it might be like to be born into Hollywood royalty, well, you know what it's about. It's about having a lot of money. Well, the answer could be found, though, on a new A&E reality series called The Sons of Hollywood. It's an inside look into the lives of three best friends from some very well-known celebrity families.
Where's your clothes for tonight?
I'm wearing this.
You need
I'm
a
not
jacket.
wearing a suit.
You're not
I'm not wearing a jacket. I'm going to support you.
It's a black tie event, dude.
I'm wearing something black.
Why?
I've seen you in press lines with jackets on, dude.
That's a different story.
So what do you think
That's
you're
what
going
we're
to do
doing.
tonight?
No, I'm not wearing a jacket.
Can you please just bring a jacket?
No, I'm not wearing a jacket.
Be a friend, dude. It's embarrassing. There's 500 people there in tuxedos, and you're going to be dressed like that.
That's fine. I'm different. I've always been different.
Go back and grab the jacket.
Oh, please welcome Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, and David Weintraub. Come on out,
guys.
What's happening? Good.
Come on over here, have a seat. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How's it going? Have a seat. There you go.
So, welcome. Congratulations, by the way, on this. Do you have cameras following you around at all times? Like, are there cameras right here, right now?
Actually, they're waiting outside for us.
Oh, why? They could come in.
Heck yeah, have them come on in.
cameras here, so.
Yeah, I can
that's
tell
true.
just from the clip and you guys backstage, you guys are all trouble. First of all, let's get everybody lined up with the proper dad. You are
Randy.
Randy Spelling.
Aaron
Aaron.
Spelling.
Rod.
Stewart's son.
Rod Stewart's son.
Sean.
And I'm Dave Weintraub, their agent and their manager.
And you're living with them.
Oh, yeah.
How does that work?
Well, you know, we all grew up together, and we've all been best friends for a long time. So working together, playing together, all of our lives kind of intertwined with each other, and
They
we wound
listen
up.
to you?
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Well, if you're managing them, then you have to keep them under some sort of control, don't you? I mean, are you guys?
You know,
okay
I
with
try and be the person that lets them, you know, get into a little bit of trouble, but then I can clean up the mess for them if I have to.
Well, it's good TV when they get into trouble. That's what we really want to see.
I'm the one who's always getting in trouble.
No,
Are
we
you?
believe that.
Why? Why? What,
You have
what's
no
the
idea.
deal?
I'm the wild boy.
You're the rock star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you had a different dad?
About 10 minutes ago.
Wait, no.
Actually, before I got, I finally realized that I was coming on the show. I was like, why am I coming on here? Maybe my dad's Rod Stewart.
What do you think of the women that he dates? Has he ever dated anybody younger than you?
Mike.
Well,
I don't know. Probably, I'm sure he has.
is that fine?
Of course.
Get
them when they're young, right?
Yeah.
Can't bring girls
I
home
agree.
for that reason.
Sean has to bring one home for his dad every time.
Every time I bring home a girl, my dad seems to steal one.
Oh my God. That's never happened, please. Has it?
No,
Oh,
it
God, I was going to say,
hasn't.
nice job.
You might see that.
Randy, all right, we know your dad is Aaron Spelling. He passed away. We're sorry about that. There was obviously we all know about the situation with your mom and Tori. How did that get screwed up in the tabloids? I'm sure because there's always misinformation.
I mean, there's always sensationalism, and things get hyped a little bit more than the way it is, and it gets blown out of proportion.
What got blown out of proportion, though? Like, was it?
I mean, there was, a lot of talk about this family feud and fights and rifts, and it's like it's normal family stuff. People will talk sometimes and not talk, and there's just ups and downs with every family.
Yeah, Tori and her mom just weren't talking at all, but it seems like they've come together now with the baby.
Well, at least that's what I read in the magazine.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Have you seen it happen?
Yes, I have.
Now, with three, and you're single, you're all single guys. I mean, I'm sure maybe you're dating people. Dating. Okay.
I'm single.
You're single.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm not.
You're not single. Okay. But when cameras are following you around, you obviously have to behave yourself to a degree. I mean, do you feel like you have to edit yourself at all, or are you under the...
It's funny. With 3 months or 4 months of the show followed us around, you try and behave for the first hour or two, and then you just, you get the good, bad, and the ugly.
You forget the cameras are there then, really?
Yeah. You never forget that they're there, but you have to live your life.
You can't stop yourself.
I can imagine. You start to become okay with, doing a few bad things, and then all of a sudden 6 months into it, you're just...
I mean, we're friends, but there are things that annoy us. What annoys you the most about these two?
How much time you got?
I mean, I guess it's a nice thing, but Sean takes a really long time to brush his teeth, like 25 minutes.
Well, that's nice, though.
But that's a good thing. No, it's a good thing. I enjoy his breath. I can be really close to him. He's a good
kisser.
This is a freaky morning
I've tried to make out with him like 10 times already.
You won't do it.
It's early. Give me about 45 minutes.
Wait, but are you straight? What? Are you straight? We just start to make out with him. I don't know.
Pigs fly?
Wait, do we?
Actually,
pigs fly?
No, don't do that.
Pigs don't
what are you
definitely
going to do with them?
It's a group of troublemakers, but at the end of the day, we're all best friends, and I think that when you see this show, you're going to see a real documentary about what it is to live, eat, and breathe in young Hollywood and work in the business.
This is the Asian talking here.
Yeah, really.
Hang around here. We're going to give this great prize away to one of our audience members. You want to hang around and do that with us? Sure.
Yeah.
Would you be part of this? Okay.
And remember, the premiere of Sons of Hollywood on A&E is Sunday, April 1st. April Fool's Day, the
You're not
perfect
kidding.
day.
Mike always talks about how freaky it gets during our commercial breaks. We've taken our clothes off. Clothes are coming off. John Stewart, Rod's son.
Can you tell we have
Dave
a vacation
Weintraub.
planned? Yeah, we have a vacation planned for 2 of you in the audience. Check it out. This is what you might win in a matter of seconds.
You and a guest will be swept away to the islands of the Bahamas, where you'll stay for 4 days and 3 nights in a luxury beachfront condo at the Bahama Beach Club in Treasure Key on Abaco. Air accommodations will be provided by the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism.
You open.
All right, here we go. We want some reaction up here, people. This is a
spin
trip.
it on camera, so make sure that everybody saw that. Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All the audience members have a number in here.
Ready?
Jerry's
Okay,
wearing
pop it open.
Jerry's son is wearing the
You
suit.
want to draw?
Pick a winner.
Come on, Sean. Can you tell he's Rod Stewart's kid?
It's like bingo.
What's the number?
B46.
Up here. Oh, 37. 37!
37.
37! Oh, yeah!
Look at me, it's confetti and everything.
Calm down, my young lady. Come on. You're going to the Bahamas.
Hollywood.
But you got to go with him.
See you tomorrow. Monday.
Well, AJ, Hollywood, it's a tough town, but when your dad's Rod Stewart or when he's Aaron Spelling, you'd think it would all be the glitz and the glamour. But we're here to say think again. Coming up, the Sons of Hollywood are here to tell us what it's really like. Also this. Hey, AJ, when most people think about Hollywood, they think perfect life. They must have money and power and fame, you know?
They think it's a charmed life. It's all good. It's all champagne and caviar.
That's right, but you can't always judge a book by its cover. And tonight I speak with some of the sons of some of the biggest names in Hollywood, Aaron Spelling, Rod Stewart, and they're spilling secrets on what it's really like behind all of that glitz and glamour.
Definitely looking forward to that. Also, Brooke, another shocking new twist and Hollywood glitz and glamour. It's all fabulous, right? Well, coming up next, the sons of the biggest names out there, like Aaron Spelling and Rod Stewart, spilling secrets about what really happens behind.
Tonight, Showbiz Tonight is bringing you a fascinating look inside the lives of the sons of the rich and famous. Imagine what it must be like to be the son of legendary rocker Rod Stewart. Or how about the son of one of the most successful TV producers of all time, Charlie's Angels creator, the late Aaron Spelling. And then there's the friend who is a part of that world too. All three of them are the Sons of Hollywood. It's a new reality show debuting on A&E on April 1st. And with me tonight in Hollywood, of course, is Sean Stewart, Randy Spelling, and their friend, rising talent agent David Weintraub. Welcome to all three of you guys.
Hi.
Thank
How are you?
Hi there. Of course, thanks for being here. Now, Sean, it's called a reality show, and what a reality you have had, and you make no bones about it. You recently told Howard Stern that at one time you were addicted to heroin, you were addicted to pills, that you've been in and out of rehab. Are you over that now, or are you still struggling?
Yes, I'm very over that now, very focused on my career and very focused on my music career right now.
Yeah, you're a musician and a model, and we're just glad to hear that you're winning that battle over addiction. And Randy, you know, this series shows warts and all, and you have a name. People love to know what happens in your family, and your family recently has made a lot of tabloid headlines there. You know, of course, your sister Tori, she recently had that baby, and she had the public falling out with your mother after your dad, Aaron, died. And now here you are, putting yourself out there in this television show. Do you ever get uncomfortable seeing all your personal information out there for the world to see?
Yeah, you know, it's it's a little weird to be in a fishbowl, but this is something that we chose to do to at least, you know, give an insight into you know, into our lives, and to, you know, maybe with all the speculation to show them what it's really like.
Yeah, and David, you're their manager. Sean is out there publicly talking about his past drug problem and rehab. Randy's surrounded by all these headlines about his family. They're both trying to get their breaks in the business. What is it about these salacious headlines? Does it help them or does it hurt them?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, you know, the visibility that they get from doing this show is going to help their careers. What's out there in the public now is a lot of misconceptions about who they are. So hopefully that this show, because it is a documentary about young Hollywood, is going to clear up a lot of that, kind of give you an insight into who they are as individuals and what their individual talents are.
Sean, you grew up with Rod Stewart, as we said, as your dad. He was a major sex symbol. He was surrounded by gorgeous women all the time. And, you know, that would seem like the fantasy of every boy. Was it a fantasy? Was it a great life, or was it difficult at times?
It was. I grew up. I'm very grateful for my life, and plus growing up with my dad, because, you know, when he went on tour, most of the time I would go with him, and, you know, I grew up with watching him on stage, and, you know, he grew up being my hero.
Maybe an inspiration as well with your own career, right?
Yes, he's probably one of my biggest inspiration rock stars there is.
Wow. Randy, while you were filming the show, I want to talk about your dad, who sadly passed away. I would imagine that must have been very difficult for you. Were there days when you thought, I can't do this show anymore, I can't deal with these cameras, this is a tough time?
Most definitely. There was, you know, I wanted to be professional, and I wanted to continue the show, and because it is, you know, reality, that's really what was going on. But there's times where the last thing you want to do is have a camera in front of your face, and, you know, it's like, wow, am I laughing too much? Am I crying too much? Am I saying the right thing? It's a lot of stuff where you tend to get inside your head, and it's a very weird, strange feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure it can't be easy. And David, you know, listen, two of your buddies right there beside you, they're the sons of some very, very famous, influential people. All of you grew up together. You were kind of like an entourage. We know Sean and Randy got a lot of perks because of their families. How about you? What were the biggest perks from growing up inside this world?
Well, I think growing up in this world, you know, the benefit that I got is I started working at a young age, and I learned the business at a young age, which got me to the place that I'm at now. So I think if anything, I just got to see how the business really works from an inside, coming from a family that's in the medical profession and transferring my career into the entertainment business. So if anything, I got a real inside look on how to work in the business.
Absolutely, and I love that you're dressed in the suit and tie, a manager if I've ever seen one. Okay, Sean Stewart, Randy Spelling, and David Weintraub, thank you all so much. We appreciate your being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, and Sons of Hollywood premieres this Sunday, April 1st on A&E.
And speaking of Hollywood, we've been asking you to vote on our Showbiz Tonight question of the day. Sanjay.
Access Hollywood has Tori Spelling's big baby news. Tori heads into the hospital as her baby boy arrived, and just in time for baby patching things up with her mom.
I think all parties involved really want to go forward and make relationships work. Plus,
You need to eat, Pops.
You need to keep up your strength. You need to eat. All right, Pops. I love you.
Randy Spelling's last conversation with his father, Aaron.
I hung up the phone and I just broke down and started hysterically crying.
Next, Access Hollywood.
Well, Randy got some happy news today as he became an uncle for the first time. Here you can see his sister Tori and her husband Dean McDermott heading to the hospital this morning for the birth of their baby son, the latest and greatest addition to their very busy lives. With the baby comes a breakthrough. Only Access Hollywood has it.
I know my mom is there with her right now.
Is she?
So, yeah.
How Tori's new son is not only a tribute to her late father, but how he's also healed the rift between mother and daughter.
This little area for our little man.
Your exclusive peek at little Liam's new nursery.
Straight ahead, why Maria got the giggles about Tori's baby. I think the baby will pop out another way.
You're sick. You're sick.
So this is where we stay when we're not completely booked.
Chateau LaRue. Tori and Dean opened their bed and breakfast doors to show us Liam's new quarters.
And we have our nursery set up here for our little man when he arrives.
Only the best for baby Spelling, designer everything.
Nursery Couture, the designers came out and actually did this little area for our little man.
We actually just had these put in 4 days ago.
Yes, just in the nick of time. Our little man.
And while they showcase the B&B on Tori and Dean in Love, brother Randy is joining the reality bandwagon too and exposes the Spelling family drama from last summer.
Yo, what about me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm there for everyone else. What about me? My sister and mom don't talk. Like, what happens after this? Like, my dad is almost in a sense like the glue that binds. Like, what happened? You know?
Yeah, but you know something? In a sense, Randy, you have been the glue that binds.
But I don't want to be the glue that binds anymore.
Sons of Hollywood was shot as father Aaron Spelling's health was deteriorating.
If you can make it, we're having a meeting tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
No, what exactly are you guys talking about?
We're talking about the funeral, Rand.
But with the sadness of death, now comes the joy of life for sister Tori, and pre-baby Liam, Tori made a guest appearance on Randy's show.
She did the flying splits on an episode.
What are the flying splits?
Well, when you run and jump and land in the splits.
She can do that?
Apparently.
Well, she wasn't pregnant when she could do that, I'm sure.
No. I think this was a few weeks before.
I think the baby will pop out another way.
You're sick. You're sick.
Welcome back to the 411. I'm Madison Michelle. Well, if you've ever wondered what it would be like to have a legendary father in Hollywood, guess what? It's not always the charmed life you might imagine. We sat down with the stars of the new reality show Sons of Hollywood for an inside look. These are the Sons of Hollywood. Randy Spelling, son of the late producer Aaron Spelling, Sean Stewart, son of music legend Rod Stewart, and their longtime friend and rising talent manager, David Weintraub.
Girls, bars, and money, it's what we like.
Just because our parents are who they are doesn't mean we have the best lives.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword. We've all opened up our lives to really show you an insight into what this world is that we live in.
A world full of perks and pitfalls.
It's only money, baby.
As they struggle to break free from their pedigrees and stand on their own.
It's like so much pressure on me especially when your dad's like a huge rock star, you know?
You'll really get an idea of what it is to live, eat, and breathe in young Hollywood. You guys are idiots.
And nothing is off limits. From Sean's outbursts.
You wanna go right now?
To Randy dealing with his dad's death.
They don't really like making the arrangements.
It's me just being raw and not knowing whether to laugh or cry or how to handle it.
You'll see it all. Even Randy's sister, Tori, will take time away from her new hit reality show, In Love, to make an appearance. As for the Sons of Hollywood, the day-to-day drama will reveal that all that glitters for these three friends isn't always gold.
Lots of madness happened. You'll all see in the show.
Sons of Hollywood airs Sunday nights on A&E at 10/9 Central.
And Sons of Hollywood stars Randy Spelling and Jon Stewart are here live. It's all coming up in entertainment news.
Plus, Mad for Maud this Tuesday, March 27th.
Live from New York City, you're watching the CW11 Morning News.
And the son of legendary rocker Rod Stewart is taking us inside the wild world of Hollywood rich kids. What his famous dad thinks of his new reality show when Jon Stewart joins us live.
All right, there are a couple of regular guys who just happen to grow up in million-dollar mansions in Beverly Hills, and now they're showing us what Sons of Hollywood are really like. Please welcome Randy Spelling and David Weintraub. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are you? Well, there really are
Very
three
good.
of you, and I understand one of you is MIA.
Yeah, one's MIA. Well, that's what happens when you're the son of a rock star, I guess.
Is that so? How do you guys measure up with him? I mean, is this a shocker that Sean's not awake?
Not at all. Not one bit.
Not really. You know, we try and wrangle him back in. You know, he's the manager.
So it's a full-time babysitter job, being their manager.
I'm
and all.
quite concerned where he is at the moment, actually, because he was supposed to be here and, was sleeping.
You don't know where he is. So now, what is a job of a manager really like? I mean, is it a lot of worrying about your
Yeah,
clients?
I mean, you gotta wrangle your clients, obviously, at some points. But these are hardworking professional boys that do their jobs most of the time. So I think that it's just a moment where he's missing in action.
We're gonna post missing
What's his
signs all
punishment going to
over.
be when you find him? Like
Randy's
you guys
just
tase each
spank
other? Just like that?
Yeah.
So you've done that a few times
Whip him
too,
back
huh?
into shape. Well, we lived together for 3 months, so I had to do that.
It lasted 3 months.
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting. So you two actually went to high school together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did you guys, given that you did grow up in the Hollywood area, was it kind of a no-brainer that you were going to be in the business?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up around it my whole life, and it was something where I tried not to do it, but it just
Kept pulling you back
pulled
in.
me back in.
It's
like
all
an
we
undertow.
know.
Yeah, I understand. Now, also, you are the son of the late Aaron Spelling and the brother of Tori Spelling. How is she doing? Have you got to hang out with the baby?
Yeah, I have. The baby's really, really cute.
Really?
Liam, yeah.
Who does he look like? Does he look like a Spelling?
I think he might look a little like me.
Really? You got your good looks, huh?
Thank you. No, he looks like Tori and Dean. But it's hard to tell because he's, now he's 2 weeks old, so it's still,
2 whole weeks. Wow.
2 whole weeks.
Now, also, do people say that you have a resemblance to your father? I think we do have a split screen.
A little
Let's
bit.
See. Is it there? There it is. Aw. So now also, for you, have you ever, obviously you're on the air now doing this show, but
Yes.
did you have aspirations to act, or were you always kind
No.
of more of a manager type?
I was always behind the scenes, and being a producer and a co-creator of the show, I've now had to come in front of it, so it's a little bit different for me. But I think we're
Are you
all-
getting used to it?
a little bit. Every day is a new step, so
It's just one of those things. So how do you, is this the first show that you've actually created?
Yes.
So do you have any other plans to do anything else now that
I
you've
have
had
a
this
couple
experience?
others that I'm producing right now that are coming out next season. So.
Wow. Anything that we haven't seen yet that we're going to be shocked by? Since
Rand,
obviously
why don't you
there's not a lot of
this
shocking
show,
behavior.
you tell them about the shockers in there.
Yeah, I think you're going to be shocked pretty much every episode.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, can we quickly talk about Paris? There's a little something.
It's a
in the
great
paper
city
today.
in France. I've been there once when I was 6. And,
There's a thing, and there's something in the paper this morning.
And what
true?
might that be?
That you were the first person to be with her.
You're that guy.
Can you not confirm
Yeah,
nor
I guess
deny?
I was. I'll take the fifth on that.
Okay.
No, we dated for a while back, when we were in high school. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I completely embarrassed you. All right.
Yeah, I got a flight to catch today.
Yeah, right, exactly. The opposite red eye, right?
Yeah.
So also, who is the messiest? Who's takes the longest to get ready of you guys?
Our partner in crime, Jon
Really?
Stewart,
Yeah.
definitely is.
So when
that
you go
guy.
wake him up, his room is not exactly going to be like spick and span?
It's really weird. You would think for, he's all tatted up and, bad boy image. And he has like papaya, body scrubs and mango nectar.
So he's a
face washes
tattooed
and-
metrosexual.
Yes.
With a rocker edge.
Yeah.
All right, good to know. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank
And
you.
continued success with the show. And you can catch the premiere of Sons of Hollywood on A&E April 1st. And coming up in the next hour, move over Oprah, an ex-rapper ready to take over Daytime Talk. We'll tell you who.
Oh, Craig, will we always have Paris together?
I don't know about that.
Sorry, I had to. All right, up next on the morning news. Sorry, oops. What's old is new again in the world of fashion.
Yep, how the style of the 60s can
Live from Hollywood, this is the KTLA Morning Show.
And if your dad was Aaron Spelling or Rod Stewart, you know, you might be used to the cameras, but how about inviting them in to follow you around? Well, that's exactly what these Sons of Hollywood did. They're here to tell us all about their new show.
Sons of Hollywood, 3 members of the industry elite have a new show coming out, and they're going to tell us all about it when they stop by to chat.
And actual lifestyles of the rich and famous. These 3 celebrity sons have lived a charmed life. Now they're bringing it to the cameras. They're going to show you all about their lives. Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, David Weintraub join us a little later talking about their new show, Sons of Hollywood. And they are the real-life sons of famous celebrities. They're stopping by to talk about their new show called Sons of Hollywood. Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, David Weintraub hang out with us a little later.
Still to come, plenty of magazines and TV shows cover the lives of celebrities, but the new show covers the lives of their kids.
Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, David Weintraub are here to talk about their new show. It's called Sons of Hollywood.
Time to talk to the guys that are giving Entourage a real life run for their money. These are the Sons of Hollywood. Here's Randy Spelling, Aaron Spelling, of course, his famous father, Sean Stewart, Rod Stewart, his famous dad, and David Weintraub. And David, your dad's a dentist, right?
My father passed away. He was a dentist.
All right. Okay, very good. Nice to see all of you together. Were you guys pals for when you were kids?
Yeah, Sean and I knew each other when we were younger, but we didn't get along so well. And David and I went to high school, and then, yeah, we all became close.
All right, in the publicity, the advanced publicity for this stuff, tons of things are coming out. This whole thing about you were Paris Hilton's first boyfriend or first lover.
I was maybe one of her first boyfriends.
All right. Yes.
Maybe? Come on, Sam.
You know, kiss and tell?
What do you...
Isn't half the part of the show to kiss and tell, Sean? Isn't that what it's...
With other people.
With other people.
Only with these 2 guys.
I see.
I kiss them and don't tell anybody. Of course not.
You cheated on me? How
Yes,
dare
I
you?
did. David, you're a real-life manager. Will this launch careers for Randy and Sean?
Definitely. I think that this is just an opportunity to expand the visibility in both their careers. And, I mean, they already have...
Visibility, there's manager talk for you. I love that. Go ahead.
No, I mean, they definitely already have...
He's got it down perfect.
It's fantastic.
They definitely already have, you know, an established career, but this is going to help to take them to the next place. But, you know, a lot of it is giving an insight into young Hollywood.
What do we learn, Randy, about young Hollywood?
What do you learn about it?
Yeah.
How to dress, how not to dress.
Okay.
What to do. No, you know, it's literally, you just have an insight into our lives and what goes on, pretty much.
I think what happens with a lot of these shows is, you know, day 1, day 2, you're aware that the cameras are there, and then other people have suggested this to me, that you just sort of forget about it.
You know, I don't know if you ever forget that there's a camera there, but definitely, you know, you have to live your life. So after a while, no matter what is going on, you just, you don't really care that the camera's there. But you don't forget. I mean, you do see a guy with the camera there, but, you know, we're living our lives.
Your father is very, very well known, but the kids, for the most part, seem to have stayed out of the public eye. What about this? Are you happy with it? Is he happy with it?
I'm very happy with the show. And he's very happy for me.
Let's take a look at a clip. Here it goes. It airs on A&E this weekend. Look.
Oh, but where's your clothes for tonight?
I'm wearing this.
You need
I'm
a
not
jacket.
wearing a suit.
You're not
I'm not wearing a jacket. I'm going to support you.
It's a black tie event, dude.
I'm wearing something black.
Why?
I've seen you in press lines with jackets on, dude.
That's a different story.
So that's what do you think
That's what we're doing. No, I'm not wearing a jacket.
Please just bring a jacket.
No, I'm not wearing a jacket.
Be a friend, dude. It's embarrassing. There's 500 people there in tuxedos, and you're gonna be dressed like that.
That's fine. I'm different. I've always been different.
Go back and grab the jacket. But you're still wearing plaid red pants.
Let him be a rock star. Come on, this is not wearing a jacket. I'm not wearing a jacket.
Oh, it's like sorority sisters almost.
Yeah, like the Three Stooges.
All right, here, a lot of people are going to say this, particularly, well, probably for all 3 of you. A lot of people pursue careers in Hollywood for economic reasons. I don't think that necessarily is a pressing concern for any of you.
Yeah, I mean, I think to have any sense of self-worth, it's nice to do things on your own.
Self-esteem.
And, you know, I think when I'm not active, I'm just a mess. So I always need to, you know, be creative and do things no matter what.
Who's the biggest ladies' man?
Well, that could be an argument here.
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes down to it,
I mean, come on. Sean.
Myself.
Wow. Just to put it out there, you know.
And if your last name were Smith or Jones, would it be the same thing, or is it helpful to have a kind of last name like you have?
I'll get laid no matter what.
Well, thank you.
His mom tells him it's about his good looks.
He's a sweet young boy, that's it.
You want to know why I know that?
What?
My dad and my mom tells me that all the time.
Very, very good. There we are. Sons of Hollywood airs on A&E. It's this Sunday night, April 1st. Still to come right here. Little topless spring fun for you. Gail Anderson is going to talk to us about convertibles. She's at the Peterson Automotive Museum with a sneak preview of this weekend's All-American exhibit.
Live from Studio 5 on Michigan Avenue. This is NBC 5 News Today at 9 a.m.
Up next, some Sons of Hollywood joining us live in Studio 5.
Randy Spelling, Sean Stewart, and David Weintraub, although I think Stewart's not with us, starring a new real-life
Those
series.
guys are.
We'll talk to them when we come back.
It's a look at the new real-life series on A&E, Sons of Hollywood. Why don't you wait till we're done before you answer that phone? It premieres Sunday on A&E, but join me this morning, the stars of the show, Randy Spelling and David Weintraub. Thanks for coming in, guys.
No problem.
Great to meet you. Stewart couldn't make it, huh?
No, a little under the weather today.
A little under the weather. I know. He's the character of this series, huh? He's the guy that you kind of try and keep grounded.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a madman, but I think that at the end of the day, you'll see he's got a good heart. Just a little wild child.
Sons of Hollywood, it's a pretty obvious title. It talks about your father, Aaron Spelling, really is legendary in our business. He's kind of put you in the spotlight. That's got to be something that's tough to live with at times.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, it's a big shadow to be in, and really huge shoes to fill. So, you know, it's tough sometimes.
It's a reality show, so you filmed about a year ago, or you started, and as that happened, your father passed away. That's in a couple of these episodes, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, going into it, I wasn't prepared for that at all, and I obviously didn't think that was going to happen. And then, yeah, a little ways in, I got the news that he was, you know, taking a turn for the worse. And I really didn't know what to do at that time in terms of, you know, going on or stopping. And I thought, well, you know, it is reality, and you know, I got to be professional and go on. So you do see a lot of elements of that in there.
Your sister Tori just had a kid. You're an uncle now, huh?
I'm an uncle, Uncle Randy.
Uncle Randy. Hopefully he won't watch the show, because you guys have some fun, Dave. I mean, this is an adult program.
Yes,
Let's not make a mistake. And are you? We base this on Entourage, or I've read some reviews that it's a real life Entourage. Are you Ari? You look
that's what they call me. I mean, you know, I really do this, and you know, Randy's a real actor and Sean's a real musician. We really work in the business.
Tell people what you do. That may not
well, I was an agent for 6 years. I'm now a talent manager and a producer, and you know, we wanted to give people an inside look into the entertainment business in young Hollywood. So we set up this show, and we shot some great episodes with my two best friends, who are my clients.
You two, I was asking in the commercial, you've known each other for a long time, huh?
Yeah, we went to high school together.
You did, and then where does Stewart come in here?
Stewart was kind of a character running around in the same circle, so you know.
He went to like 6 different high schools. So
we're not quite sure exactly where he graduated from, but you know, somewhere in the LA vicinity.
Somewhere. Sons of Hollywood premieres tomorrow. The first episode, you go to Vegas.
Oh yeah.
You lay it all down.
Go to Vegas.
You almost get in a fight with your co-star in this episode, I understand.
Yeah.
A little heated, huh?
You know, something went awry in the food that night. I don't know what happened. You know, there was gambling involved, and Sean lost a little bit of money, and you know, when you're working together and hanging out together so much, and we were living under the same roof during the taping, it just, you get on each other's nerves.
I can imagine.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a frat house.
It's a reality-based show, David, but some would argue that you know, there's producers, there's writers. How much of it is just totally off the cuff?
The thing about this show, this is a documentary, straight up. I mean, there's no script, there's no anything. This is a camera rolls and it follows our lives straight up.
And there's cutting and editing. You have to make a show, but no writers whatsoever.
What are some of your highlights as we take a look at a clip here that stick with you as we watch episodes? David, I'll ask you first. One of your more memorable moments on the show.
God, there's so many. You know, I think that the move into the house was a wonderful moment when we all got to go and move into this great, incredible house together and kind of begin this wonderful summer together.
Yeah, and you?
Some wonderful.
I heard in one of the episodes your sister comes over and it gets pretty weird.
Yeah, you know, first and foremost, the show's a comedy, and you know, we don't take ourselves too seriously, and so there's so many funny moments. I mean, we were in Miami, and there was this really, really crazy fan that like knew everything about my life and my family's life. And, you know, we just had a lot of fun doing it. It's hard to pick out just one thing.
We're glad you guys came in. I know the flight got in pretty darn early. So get some rest and good luck to premieres tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. You're great guys. We appreciate your time. And I know it would have been a little more entertaining. We might have had to bleep some things out if Stewart came in.
I know what he would have done.
Yeah. That's good. Sons of Hollywood premieres tomorrow. You saw the information on your screen. Once again, gentlemen, good luck. We appreciate it. Thank you. So, Adam, we'll go back to you.
Thank you very much. 9:44. Still lots more ahead this morning.
You're watching the best damn sports show, period.
Time now for the best damn Las Vegas Insider. Baltimore Ravens lineman Jonathan Ogden is thinking retirement this offseason, and if he does, he might settle out in Vegas. Our insider spotted the future Hall of Famer relaxing at Social House and Tangerine at Treasure Island. Also in attendance was Dennis Haskins, a.k.a. Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell. No word if Screech was in the house as well. And over at Caesars Hotspot Pure, Ogden's former teammate Jamal Lewis was wild and out and listening to none other than Nick Cannon, who was spinning in the DJ booth. And over at Tao at the Venetian, the Suns were out at night. Our insider recently spotted the stars of the new reality show Sons of Hollywood, David Weintraub, Randy Spelling, and Sean Stewart all hanging out. And what's a night of Suns without former Suns round mound of rebound Charles Barkley? Maybe we'll see Sir Charles make a cameo on the A&E show.
Madonna gets caught off guard and Angelina plays favorites. This is E! News, and here are the breaking entertainment stories you need to know.
Madonna's morning show mishap on live TV.
I don't like getting up and talking to people this early.
From embarrassing blasts from the past.
I hate this part.
To strange run-ins. Oh, it's Sybil Shepherd! Sybil Shepherd! To why there's serious tension between the Material Mom and Matt. Then, for the first time ever, Jen's friends dish about her breakup with Brad. Courtney's man reveals why Jen and Brad split up and why he's still in touch with Brad today. Plus, Angelina's outrageous comments. This time it's about her own kids. Why the beauty says she favors her adopted children. Then is Julia having another set of twins?
It's great.
It's Terry Irwin's new emotional interview and the man who promises to keep the Croc Hunter's legacy alive.
He was 100% what he said he was.
Plus, it's Beckham's big announcement, how he's bringing sexy straight to the USA. It's your hookup to Hollywood. This is E! News.
And like David Arquette, Randy Spelling comes from a famous Hollywood family. And if you're wondering what that's like, well, Samantha Harris is going to tell us.
This show, Sons of Hollywood, really shows an insight into young Hollywood.
It must be nice having a famous last name. A&E's new reality show, Sons of Hollywood, stars Randy, son of the late Aaron Spelling, Rod Stewart's kid Sean, and their buddy Dave Weintraub.
You get a lot of business and a lot of partying and a lot of debauchery.
I think it's nice that, you know, me and my boys can do a show together and have some fun and show the world an inside look into LA culture and the life that we grew up in.
The show follows the guys as they move out of their family mansions to pursue their acting, singing, and managing careers.
I work with Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, Cher, and right now Meatloaf. And
Meatloaf. But it's not all fun and games. The guys were shooting the show when Randy got the news of his father's passing.
Probably one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do. To have your life taped while that's going on is definitely a struggle.
Despite the heartache, the boys managed to get through their days the only way the sons of the rich and famous know how.
I'm gonna have to change my phone number. Please don't.
How much do you think you're worth? 179 or 190?
So what do their families think of the show?
Johnny? The lack of reaction speaks for itself.
Sons of Hollywood comes to A&E in April.
Eat Pops, and I hung up the phone and I just broke down and started hysterically crying.
Only on Access, Randy Spelling speaks for the first time about losing his dad and Randy's urgent plea.
Tori, you have to see Dad, please.
Lights, camera, Access. Just 2 minutes, Tony. Randy Spelling remembers his father.
I love you too.
Yeah, Nancy, this is his first interview, and Randy's very candid about the family turmoil.
Tori, you have to see Dad, please.
And Nancy, you and baby can't participate.
Conceived right after he passed away, so it felt like it all kind of lined up together. So I know that he'll be up there wishing us well and celebrating with us and this little one inside of us.
Yes, Tori Spelling's son will be another special way to remember her late father, Aaron Spelling. And now Tori's brother Randy will have his own unique memento of his relationship with his dad, a new reality show which captured his reaction to Aaron's final days.
What happens if, God forbid, something happens with my father and he passes away while I'm doing this show? Cut to, we started the show and 3 or 4 weeks later, my father passed away.
Randy Spelling lost TV Titan father Aaron Spelling while reality TV cameras rolled for his new show, Sons of Hollywood. And Randy remembers his dad's swift decline in health last June.
It's fuzzy to me, but I got a phone call from my mom saying, and there was nurses around my dad taking care of him, saying that he was taking a turn for the worse. You need to eat, Pops. You need to keep up your strength. You need to eat. And I hung up the phone and I just broke down and started hysterically crying. Hang in, okay? I love you too. But an hour later, I called my sister, and we weren't talking that much at that time. My sister didn't really see my dad for about 8, 9, 10 months. Close to a year, and I called her and I said, Tori, you have to see Dad, please.
The rift between Tori and her father began, according to Tori, because of an ongoing feud with her mother, Candy. And some speculate that the feud began when Tori suspected her mother of cheating on her father. Candy denies that claim.
Unfortunately, it's just been a media storm, about my family and my mother and my sister, and I just feel like I wish it was more about my dad and remembering him than about what everyone's story is. Come in, come see our place.
Well, now Randy and 2 friends, talent agent Dave Weintraub and Rod Stewart's son, Sean Stewart, are exposing their stories. But long after production for the reality show wraps, Randy will have a lasting reminder of his father.
I actually went and got my first tattoo of his initials.
The Access Angels working in Atlanta.